I'm Duncan McKinley. I'm a native of Ravenna, which is where we're standing today. I started off as a town councillor here in the Collingwood Township, which became the town of the Blue Mountains. And I've had an opportunity of late to serve as the deputy mayor of the town of the Blue Mountains and a member of Grey County Council. And this last fall I had the privilege of becoming the warden of Grey County to serve in that capacity in the county of Grey. I haven't grown up yet, but I was born here, born in Collingwood, and I've lived 50-some years here at Ravenna. I guess that history is what has involved me in local government, is a strong connection to the land and the community. Today we're in the Ravenna Community Hall, which was built as a community hall by the Township of Collingwood. The Town Council met in here up until the 50s for their council meetings, and it's been used ever since that, all those years, as a community meeting place. Christmas concerts, nomination meetings, provincial members of Parliament campaigned in this building at one time. And so it continues to be used as a community meeting place. The hall, I believe, was built in 1870 something. And there's a community group manages it. They have worked through with the town and some provincial assistance to upgrade the building over the last 10 years. And it has regular use. There's yoga lessons, there's sewing classes, there's scrapbooking sessions, there's lots of family gatherings occur here, Christmases and New Year's and Easter and Thanksgiving. It's booked a year ahead for those type of things. But it's also a really rich part of the heritage of Collingwood Township, which is now part of the town of the Blue Mountains. So as you look around in this building, an important feature is the memories of men who lost their lives serving the Dominion in world wars, and that's an important feature of the building. There's also some memorabilia here of some of the good times of baseball teams and Women's Institute and other things that were important to the community over the years. So the Women's Institute was a women's group that originated before the turn of the century, and its focus was to improve the life of the people of Ontario through education and networking for the women. So they taught, they'd have an afternoon and course on bookkeeping. So the husbands might be illiterate, but the women could do some basic bookkeeping. And they had sessions on things like inoculation. So when there was a smallpox thing coming along, the Women's Institute got somebody to vaccinate all the kids. She was McKinley, so they made her marry young Buchanan and put them both on the boat for Canada. And they were in Ireland? Scotland. And they did their 7 years of servitude in Toronto as house servants to pay their passage, and then they got a piece of land up here. She was a cousin of my great-grandpa, but she was the one that wrote back glowing reports, and then the McKinleys came in 18... Yeah. There's been a general store here in Ravenna for as long as there's been a Ravenna, which is in the days of the 1850s Ravenna started. And the Ravenna Country Market here, it's the new store, it was built in 1946, replaces the old store up the road. I actually did some work in it for my aunt quite a number of years ago, and as I was refinishing the hardwood floors, there was a stain that I couldn't get out of it, off the floor, a black stain about this big around. And I mentioned it to one of the old fellas in passing, and he said, well, where's that stain? And I said where it was, and he said, well, you know, that was where the kerosene barrel sat right beside the counter in the Ravenna store. So if you were in that house today, there's still a black stain on the hardwood where the kerosene barrel sat. And of course the general store is an important part of the rural community, and this, when I was a kid, this store was where you bought rubber boots and nails and hardware and salt for the cattle, as well as groceries and And the Royal Mail brings mail to Ravenna here. Used to get it across the counter, now get it in the big green box. Anyway, the country market's been an important part of the rural community, and like a lot of other things, it has changed over the years from the things that I talk about to now. We have quite a retirement community, and there's the traveling public as well as workmen, and this little business has responded to that by producing every day a gourmet soup and a gourmet sandwich that's enjoyed by one and all as best sandwiches for 100 miles. And that's the way they've adapted here to the changes in the economy and the change away from a rural farming community to a diverse community with tourism, retirement, small businesses, as well as agriculture.